Alright, welcome to a first attempt at a flipped meeting. Kind of resembled the flipped classroom model where we will try to do a faculty meeting through YouTube. That way you can watch it on your own time and not have to endure me for another amount of time against your will in the media center after school, so you can do this at your convenience. This will be accompanied by the faculty notes and also a meeting schedule attached to an email. So we'll give this a shot. We've kind of been meetinged out this week already. Short week as well, so this will be a great opportunity to give this model a try and see if we want to pursue this in the future and use this on a continuing basis. So we'll kind of officially get started. As far as the board meeting notes go, the board meeting itself pretty uneventful. They approved things for the bond issue coming up, elementary school, but other than that there wasn't a whole lot of discussion as far as big events or personnel events that were included. We do have 465 approximately new students to the district this year, so they are looking at obviously growth numbers. Central has not been impacted by this growth a whole lot. We are hovering just above 800 students, so not a whole lot different than what we've had in the past couple of years. So I know your class sizes may have been large just because of some shifting that we've had to do here and there, but for the most part our building numbers have stayed the same. Moving on to grant information, the EPS Foundation, they'll be sending out those teacher grants in November, so be looking forward to those. Should receive some emails and information about those. We were awarded multiple iPads last year as kind of the main item that we did receive from those grants, but be looking at other items, and we'll try to have one of their reps come out and speak to you guys about some potential things that they'd be looking for to help you possibly win some of those grants. If you have put in any orders to the print shop, they'll probably be delayed. I know we've had a couple come across my desk, so they're really understaffed at this time. I only have 2 people working down there, so do not get frustrated if you do have some print orders out. We'd love to welcome our stand-in finance secretary for the time being, Arian Corbin. We're very happy to have her. I'm excited. She knows our building well and fits us very well, so we are excited to have her replacing Patricia for a few weeks. So she's going to be getting caught up on finance skills, so be sure you stop by and greet her and welcome her to Central. A couple other things the board did discuss. They did approve the October 19th day as a non-contract day, so we will not have school that day. It is kind of right in the middle of testing season. The goal would be hopefully to have our testing done by that point, so we can just kind of call it a testing vacation, have a nice 3-day weekend there, and then come back and push through the end of school, which would then make May 22nd our official last day. Even if we have some snow days, we would still finish on the 22nd and be complete, with the 23rd being teacher record day, and that's a Thursday, so then we would be officially finished at that point. Just some other quick reminders: the GCN, all those items, those tutorials are to be completed before September 28th. I'll be getting a list compiled of those that have not completed those and getting that information to you. We do not need the certificates. Once you have completed, you can print that off and keep that for your own records, but I get an electronic copy through a database, so I do not need those, neither does Sherry. Red Cats, I know some of you have asked about those. Specifically important for 8th grade teachers to be having those this year for a couple reasons. If you do not, let me know. We will try to get those taken care of. The district has really kind of moved away from this technology somewhat, just due to expense, and also some other options that are more viable and cost-effective that may better fit our needs. So if you have problems with Red Cats, let me know. We're trying to take care of those as we can, but if there's some replacement items, we're probably going to be on hold for a while until some new monies or another option becomes available at the district level. Activity funds and deposits, make sure that if you're collecting money, I know lots of fundraisers going on, other things, kind of getting started here, make sure you don't hold on to any money overnight. Whatever you do, bring it down, let Sherry put it in the safe here. You don't want that responsibility on you, and also making sure that you're documenting those things correctly. You know, the same day deposits are very important. The late deposits require a memo from to David Frazier, and then he, dictates what happens from that point. Obviously, we want to keep track of the money and be timely with it. And also, if you're planning on purchasing anything, make sure you have a PO first. Many places do not accept POs now, so just don't assume that they do. Verify that they do, and then seek one from Sherry or now Arian. Make sure that you have that in hand before you actually order. We do not have a budget to speak of at this point, so we really don't have any money to spend. We've used what little activity money that we've had available to get us started. Now that has run dry. So we are looking to get our site budget here soon. Once the State Department releases all of their funding numbers, then we'll be able to pursue some of those options. But for the time being, there are some items that some of you have money in your accounts with your activity accounts. So make sure that if you're using those, to have a PO in hand. And checks can only be written for a day of purchase. So if something requires a check, for example, I know Academy does not take POs, but they do accept a check. You have to go write it for that day for the exact amount, and then have the tax-exempt letter with that. So if you have questions on that, just stop by the office. Like I said, we will not be getting our budgets anytime this week, but hopefully sometime within the next couple weeks. When that does come down, you'll hear the terms white money and blue money. The white money is the general fund money, or the site account, and Sherry does handle that. And then the blue money, the activity money, is run through Arian. So if you have your accounts there, that's the people you need to speak with. Next item, special ed modifications. If you have not received those, please let me know. You should have most, if not all of those, for your students. I know IEP meetings are in full swing, making sure our students have the modifications that they have thus been assigned. So make sure that you have those, and you've got a good system of documentation and organization with those to make sure that you're not forgetting anything that may show up later in the year. I know there's been some emails going out about the testing and using audio recordings, doing different things, putting it in student files, also doing the voice recorders that our title has. So those are just some options for you for oral testing. I know it's difficult and sometimes puts some obstacles in front of us that are very difficult to overcome. So we're just trying to provide some resources, and those are a couple. I think Ashley Jones had gotten some instructions for you to help deposit those, and Mary had sent out another form as well that's very effective. So if those things work for you, then that is outstanding, and we'll continue to try to find other ways to make it a little more accessible and convenient to do those modifications. Speaking of special ed, Success Maker, we no longer have the Enterprise program. They have removed that from our database, so that was about 35 or 6 licenses worth that we used a lot for our focus students last year. So that is not available. We will be using the new program to start out with. Special ed and ELL will have priority. We're going to kind of see how the license traffic happens. We have 32 of those licensed, so which means that 32 computers can be logged on at any one time. That is the maximum number. So if our special ed numbers are at a certain point, maybe we can identify a few focus students and put them on there. Obviously, we can't do everyone at one time, just not enough, too much volume to handle that. But we will see once we get everyone going. We've still got to get all of our special ed teachers trained on the new program and how that goes. So that's just kind of getting launched at the district level. ZAP will start September the 11th. That'll be our first go-around with that. Remember, that's a Tuesday-Thursday program from 2:50 to 4:10, 4:15-ish. So we can start assigning ZAP officially next week. We also have Parent Days next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, starting with 6th grade, and then 7th and then 8th. We will kind of monitor that program this year and evaluate that after that is over and see how that goes, and of course get your input and parent input. It's been a very, very valuable piece of our Title I plan, and has been a huge component of parental involvement and support. So we will, like I said, revisit that program and see how that goes, and of course get your input when it's over. Signature pages, checklist, parent notification letters. If you have not gotten those, I have my checklist. I will, if I do not have those from you, I'll be trying to get contact with you. But if you know you haven't turned them in, please, electronic copy is perfectly fine. Just send that to me, and I keep those and also turn those in to district level so they have them on hand. Because oftentimes a parent will just, circumvent Central altogether and call EPSAC, and of course they try to reroute them here, but if they have that information on hand, if a parent shows up in person there, they may be able to answer a question there, and they appreciate having that information at hand. I know we spent a lot of time talking about evaluations on Tuesday. We'll be getting that information out to you in a schedule as soon as we can. Obviously we've still got some training to go through, so once we get all of those things taken care of, I know that's kind of information overload, a lot of those things, but I believe that we'll be getting all that out to you very soon. Your team notes, weekly notes from curriculum meetings, things like that. If you have a note taker, be sure that you share those notes with the administrators and certainly with the elective teachers. They had an outstanding meeting, Common Core meeting on Tuesday with all the electives from the district. They had the REACH coaches actually present to them. So they are in the mix as far as Common Core and learning what to do. So them being involved with you as a team and grade level and even your curriculum goals is going to be very important to have them as part of the process. So be sure that you do that. Also, the curriculum coordinators will be coming down many curriculum meetings. I will send that schedule. It will be attached to this email as well, so you'll know those happen during your plan time. Also, the curriculum coordinators have asked for your PLC times, which I did gather from you earlier in the year. They would like to come out and visit, so if you committed yourself to meeting on one of the days of the week during your plan, that's generally when you are together, then the curriculum coordinators are going to have that schedule. And may pop in and out. They will usually give us a heads up so I can try to get with you and let you know. But there may be a time where they may just be driving by and go, hey, Central, I know has got a history meeting going on Tuesday, so I'm going to stop in and visit with them real quick, or I've got this neat thing I want to show them. So they want to be able to use that and be in your room more, especially with the transition to Common Core, is going to be even more vital for them to be a part of what we do. Grades need to be updated, accurate. Obviously, eligibility starts, so those students who are involved in activities, that's going to impact them a lot more directly than those who are not. But obviously, that list is valuable for other reasons as well. It helps track and keep data on those students that are not meeting the goals of your classroom, and definitely helps everyone kind of track those kids and make communication where needed. SMART goals. As you do meet as your curriculum partners and teams, think about some goals that you would like to have. If you need OCCT data, let me know. If there's something that you would really like to do just as a grade level team, that 6th grade English we really want to try to get this accomplished this year. Come up with a couple SMART goals, and I'll be getting more, if you need some information on SMART goals, we'll get that to you as well. But they're going to be part of our site improvement plan, and which is basically our title plan. And there's some components of curriculum that we definitely want to add into that. So if you can get those to me, you can just email me those. As far as the SMART goal, I will get a format sheet out to you, and we won't, as far as those are in by October 14th, then we'll be okay on that. Activity permission slips. As many of you know and used last year, the district has a universal form for all school activities. Every student must have this on file to participate. So it's got the medical release and consent on one side, and then it is specific to your activity on the other. So anytime students are leaving the building, we have to have one of those on file. So make sure that if you do that, just see someone here in the office, and we'll get you those and get you copies of that. Directly related to you personally, your option period for health, dental, and vision is October 1 through the 15th. Remember, this is the only time that you can make those changes, so it's very vital that you know those dates, and we'll continue to get that information out to you. There have been some changes. I don't know all of those in detail. Once they get those sent to me, I will let you know, but just put that on your calendar. October